Hey guys, this is Yasmin here with Lose the Blues Beauty. I'm going to show you how I package and ship my Poshmark packages. I have been doing Poshmark since July 15th of 2021, so almost a year exactly. I'm also going to explain a little bit as I do this how I sort of blew up on Poshmark pretty quickly. You know, got Posh Ambassador status very, very quickly. Posh Ambassador 2 status, which I think I lost because I didn't do all of the sharing that I was supposed to do in the 3-month period. But I will show you exactly what I do that keeps people coming back and that also gets me really great reviews, because not everyone is going to leave you a review. You might get a rating, but you might not get a review. And the way that I get reviews is by really catering to repeat buyers. What I sold tonight is the Marc Jacobs, and I do sell beauty products as well. This is what I started with. I think I'm going to try to switch over to probably just clothing once I get rid of all of my inventory of beauty products. But I do have this Marc Jacobs, and this was like a limited edition that he did for Pride. And this is the Enamored with Pride liquid lacquer lip enamel. And it's beautiful. It's just this lovely brown shade, as you see here. And I just sold this tonight. I actually sold a couple of other things tonight, but I'd already packaged them up, and I didn't think to make a video showing me packaging the other two things. One of the other things that I sold tonight was on eBay, and that was a top. That was an Ellie Tahari top. And another thing that I sold tonight, what was it? Oh, I sold 2 Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes, eyeshadow palettes. So on Poshmark, I do have a thing where any beauty purchase gets a free item, a free beauty item. So what I'm gonna send her is this Morphe brush. This is a lip brush by Morphe. And as you can see, I have everything in these cute little inventory bags with inventory stickers on them. I will try to find the links to all of this stuff on Amazon and link it below for you, but this is just the way that I do it. And I keep everything also in clear tubs that are numbered so that I can find things more easily. Now that my beauty products have I've sold most of them, I've actually switched out the way that I organize it, and I've just been organizing it by, like, this is Morphe stuff, this is Anastasia Beverly Hills stuff, these are lip products, these are brushes. It is very hard to get a good margin when you're selling beauty products. It's very difficult. I don't know how some people do it on Poshmark. I don't know where they're getting their beauty products. I don't know if they're genuine or not, but all of mine are. Everything that I source, I get straight from the source. Okay, so first of all, when you're selling on Poshmark, the first thing you should know is that Poshmark has flat rate shipping, priority mail, USPS priority mail, so you don't have to pay for packaging. Basically, just order these online. This is the small one. This is all I need for her, but you can get any kind of boxes that you need. You can get boxes that will fit shoes. Just, you know, order them or pick them up at your local post office when you drop off. I don't drop off because I am fortunate enough to have I live in a doorman building, and so I'm lucky in that regard that I can just schedule a pickup, a USPS pickup. You can also schedule a USPS pickup at your house as well. I mean, but it really depends. Like for me, it's easy because I can just take it down to reception and they'll give it to the USPS guy. I don't know how it would work if you were at your own house, because you would obviously have to be home when the guy comes, unless you want to leave things on your front doorstep, and I wouldn't. Not in this day and age. I don't know. I've had tons of packages stolen. I've put this box together, and I like these little touches. And here comes my cat right in front of the shot. Sadie, can you go eat some cat grass maybe? So I like to buy this Poshmark tape. You can get this Poshmark tape when they do their Posh Fixins things, but a lot of times I miss those, and they run out so quickly. Okay, there goes Sadie. There goes Sadie. Okay. She just has a knack for knowing where she's not supposed to be. So I usually end up getting these because a lot of people will just buy a bunch of the Posh Fixins and then sell them. And I'm not a big fan of that. It kind of bothers me when people do that, because they're basically just buying them to resell them at a premium. And I mean, this stuff is already pretty expensive to begin with. I don't use a lot of this tape, and I don't use this tape as my sole packing tape. But on this kind of box, I will just put it here because I just think it adds a nice little touch and professionalism. And that's the thing, because I have bought a lot of things from Poshmark. Not a lot. Maybe, I've maybe made, 25 to 30 purchases on Poshmark. So I've seen how other people package their sales. And a lot of it is not pretty. I've never bought beauty products on Poshmark, so I can't speak to that. But when I have bought, any kind of clothing or anything like that, typically it's kind of just thrown together. It's not really, there doesn't seem to be any finesse to it, and people appreciate the little things. And I think that's why I got such a following. Like so many of my sales come from repeat buyers. I have had buyers that come back to, I probably have at least 10 to 20 people who have come back to me to buy up to 5 times, and that's in bundles. That's maybe one item. I mean, they buy from me because they know I'm going to ship quickly and they know what they're going to get. And it's also how I keep my 5-star rating. I am going to use this craft paper, and you can get this on Amazon, this craft paper, and this is really great to just make sure that things aren't bumping around, and especially if you're selling beauty products. With this, it's not a huge deal, but especially when you're selling eyeshadow, okay? And I sell a lot of eyeshadow, you definitely want to use bubble wrap. So I just pulled this out to show you that I bubble wrap everything to the nines. I had a girl who bought, I think, 10 morph palettes for me one time. That was insane. I was just packaging that so carefully to make sure that nothing broke, and nothing did. I have literally never had a single buyer on Poshmark receive anything broken from me, not once. So what I will do is I'll take the craft paper, I'll just cut about this much of it, and then I'll crinkle it. And just press it in there just like that, just so that there is some extra protection and that things aren't rolling around. And I do like to make these things look pretty. So I do have something called, this is honeycomb wrap basically, and it's got some stretch to it. And so what I like to do is just wrap these things up. I mean, it seems like such a small thing, but people love unwrapping stuff. They already know it's not a present. They already know what they bought, but they love unwrapping things. I mean, I have gotten reviews and comments specifically because they just love unwrapping things. And I think that's also because of the fact that I do include free beauty products with my beauty sales. So if you buy makeup or anything like that from me, you will get something free. So when that's wrapped, of course, that's a surprise. I had these kitten caboodles that I got from Ulta, and I bought them to sell the stuff inside, and also to just restock my stores of free items. Then I sold the caboodles because they were these really awesome caboodles that I didn't need. I think I had like 4 of them. And someone bought a caboodle, one of my return customers, and she bought a whole bunch of other stuff too. So since it was a huge order, it was like about $100. So I gave her a whole bunch of free stuff, and that's so fun to me. I picked out, because I knew her by this point, so I picked out some free things that I knew that she would like, and I wrapped them all up, and so she didn't know what she was opening. So everything was wrapped. And I mean, I think that that's just so fun. I like making people happy. That is, and maybe that's to my detriment, because I do give away a lot of free things on Poshmark, and I do give away like really good deals on Poshmark, but it's really fun. And sometimes you run into people who are having a hard time. Life is hard. They don't have money. They don't have the money for the things that they want. If I'm in a position where I can help someone have a better day or have something that they want, and if I can do that, if I can help them, then I will. Because, yeah, I mean, I've been in that position a few times where I've had people that I talk to on there who want to buy a certain thing, and there's something else perhaps that they want that's in my closet, but they can't afford it, and I'll just surprise them, and I'll just send it to them for free. It's just, doing just those kinds of little kindnesses, doing that for people. Gosh, I shouldn't even be talking about it, because that's not the kind of person I want to be. I don't want to brag about those things, because that's not really what I'm about. But my point is that I guess I'm just trying to say that more people should do that. Maybe inspire you to do that, because those little kinds of things. I mean, there was a woman who, her husband had just left her, and she wanted to change her look, so she was buying hair dye from me. She was buying a bleach set and all of this, and I had some Manic Panic purple hair dye that she wanted, but she couldn't afford it. So I just sent it to her. And the review that she left, I mean, brought tears to my eyes. Like, she was stunned that someone would do that. And that kind of makes me sad. Like, when people are stunned at kindness, doesn't that make you sad? Because it shows that there's not enough kindness in this world, and that when someone does something like that, they're shocked, because I don't know, people just need to be more giving. When I think about altruism, I don't know if true altruism exists, because the thing about altruism is you get nothing out of it. But the thing that I get out of it, and I'm not gonna lie, it makes me feel good about myself to do those things. So is that true altruism? I'm not sure. Okay, so here, you know, I've like wrapped these things very nicely in here, and they're very nicely protected. And so now once I've got those in there, I also do love to include, I have these great, I will also try to link these below. These are thank you cards that I get off of Amazon, and I love them. I absolutely love these. I've been using these basically since I started. And I also have a label printer. I will link below as well. And there is a setting on Poshmark where you can actually print a packing slip. I always make sure to do that, because I have had days where I have made 10 sales in a day, and I'm not trying to send the wrong thing to the wrong person. So making sure that I have the packing slip attached to the right shipping label ensures that I'm not going to do that. So I always make sure that I include this packing slip in the thank you card. And then I am obsessed with colored pens. I am obsessed with actually all office supplies. I can't stand it. It's the bane of my existence. That on 3rd Avenue, there's the Staples right near me that is 2 floors, and it just, I every time I walk by there, I just want to go in and buy everything. So I got this cute little envelope, and her name is Lisa. So I'm just gonna write thank you, Lisa, on the front of this. And then on the inside, I have these Poshmark stickers that I also buy from Posh Fixins, or I might get it from another Posher if I didn't get it from Posh Fixins. So I'll find one that kind of like matches the color, that's cute, that matches the color of the card. And I like this one that says thanks for supporting my business. It's black, but it's got some turquoise lines on it. And I'll stick it just right on top, just like that. And I also like to include stickers. This one I got from, I did a Posh thing where I was like teaching people something, and Poshmark will send you packages with all sorts of cool stuff if you do those. Like if you sign up to do like a Posh and Sip or a Posh and List or anything like that. I think I did a Posh and List where I was teaching people how I create my listings. So I have this sticker, but there is also another awesome Posher. There's this woman on Poshmark, her name is Barbara, and she sells amazing Poshmark stickers, and you should check her out. You should find her. I'll see if I don't know how I would be able to find her and like link her below, but it's Barbara, and she sells amazing stickers. And then I'm just gonna, and I'll fast forward through this, but I'm just gonna write Lisa a nice little personalized note thanking her for her purchase. And I mean, it goes a long way to do something like this. So I'm gonna write the note. Okay, so now I've written the note, and I'm gonna pop this cute little sticker in there. And then I'm gonna put the packing slip that shows what she ordered. And I'm telling you, little things like this go a long way with, especially with repeat buyers. People will come back. People will come back and shop your closet. Okay, so now that I've taped this up, and I'm sure that it's secure, I've taped it here and I've taped it here, just to make sure that nothing, no water or damage gets in there. I'm gonna take my pre-printed label, just stick it to the front here, and I'm done. And I will take this on to my doorman and give it to him, and USPS will pick it up tomorrow morning when they drop off the rest of the packages. But that's basically how I do it. And I've been doing this, like I said, for it'll be a year on the 15th, and it's just fun. It's just really fun. It's like a little side hobby for me, because I love to shop, but the thing is, if I'm just shopping for myself, I'm gonna spend all my freaking money. So this is a way for me to shop and make money. I know that sounds silly, but if you think about it for a while, it really makes sense. I would love to do another one of these videos and just give you some more tips and pointers on how I do Poshmark, how it works for me, how I've made 398 sales in a year, just basically doing it very, very, very much part-time. Like I said, I'm a lawyer, I'm a full-time lawyer, so this is something that I, do in the evenings, on the weekends, and just I do always make sure that I'm like sending things out promptly to keep your rating up. But I mean, there are little tips and tricks that you can do to make sure that you get sales on Poshmark. Maybe I'll make another video. If you would like me to make another video about any aspect of Poshmark that you're interested in, then I have got the knowledge, trust me. I really have got the knowledge. So just let me know down below if you're interested in this kind of content and I'll make more of it. But yeah, so this is ready to go. I'm gonna send this out. She just ordered this tonight, so I'm gonna take it downstairs with the 2 other packages. I had another one from Poshmark tonight, like I said, and one from eBay that are going out tomorrow morning. And I wanted to get these out because obviously Monday is the 4th. That's about it. So thank you for watching, and I hope you all are well and staying mentally healthy and writing gratitude lists and being very, there's just so much to be grateful for in this life, and we just really have to try to keep our head above the fray and not get bogged down in the little things. So again, my name is Yasmina. This is Lose the Blues Beauty, and that's just gonna why did I choose that title for my channel? I'm just gonna be tongue-tied all the time. Anyway, love you guys, and thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please drop a like, and please consider subscribing. Love you guys.